Good morning. It's Sunday, February 3rd, about 6:05 in the morning. I'm already down at the gym. John's going to be a little late this morning, so I thought I'd go ahead and do my blog post. I know it's been a while since I put one up. I think I'm going to do them about once a week, just because it's a little bit easier that way with my hectic schedule. But I did 2 or 3 others that I was going to post this week, just never got them posted, so at least I can combine all the information I had in the others and just put it into one. So interesting things this week. Got some answers on my questions. Got a few more questions that need answers, but I'll just kind of go down the list. And you know what? I realize I say a lot during these videos. I'm going to try not to do that, folks. I really am. So, got some answers. I sent emails to Reboot, which is the company that does the juicing. Asked a bunch of questions about their diet, how flexible it was. Got an email back from them saying, hey, we can be very flexible with your schedule. We actually encourage you to juice at night. The juice actually can last up to 48 hours. So it's you can very much fit it into your schedule. Got some more concerns from my mom, the RN, on that, in that there was another got some more concerns from her on the fact that after about day 6, you're doing nothing but juice. So, looking into it a little bit more, it's basically a vegan diet. So I think for 15 days, I could end up, I think I could be just fine. I don't think I'd be hurting my muscles that much. Her major concern is that instead of my body burning fat, it'll start burning muscle. So I'm looking into, if I'm going to the gym and I'm still working out, will that help keep that muscle rather than let it get burned away? I'm going to start smacking myself every time I do one of those. I'm just ha. Anyhow, so a lot of concerns there. So I've just got to get that figured out. I did go to the doctor this week. Well, the physician's assistant, because my doctor was too busy to see me. Talked to her about the entire program. Showed her the program. She was helpful in some ways, and in other ways she wasn't. So, talking about the program in general, she said she's not a big fan of juicing. She is, however, a fan of fasting once a week, which is eating absolutely nothing. Me, I would rather at least have the juice for that one day. So, what I've thought about doing is switching this up, and instead of doing the 15-day plan, just do like the juice in my mornings as my breakfast, and then every Friday, that's all I do all day, is just the juice. So, all the way through Lent, I'd be juicing, and I'd be drinking just the juice on Fridays, not just every day. So, that's another idea rolling around in my head. I got all kinds of ideas rolling around in my head. You all, anybody that knows me, you know I'm constantly have ideas. So, we'll see what comes to fruition. I've got, come Wednesday, I've got a week to get this all figured out before Lent starts. So, going on the juicing side, looking for organic produce. Now, I know, everybody's like, well, how do you know it's organic? Blah, 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 blah. I understand. I'm not talking about organic from Hy-Vee supermarket. I'm talking about real organic from farms right around this area. So, I did some research. How many farms are around this area that are organic farms? Turns out that there's 3 in St. Joe. And it turns out that those 3 are in with another group called the Kansas City Food Circle, kcfoodcircle.org. Now, Casey Food Circle offers a eater's membership. So if you want to start buying this produce, this free-range chicken, no antibiotic raised animals, things that are done properly, the old style of farming, the proper style of farming that replenishes the land, that doesn't just strip it of all its nutrients, that doesn't inject animals with everything under the sun. They have these farms that are all band together, and they actually supply the meat, eggs, dairy, the produce, the produce for a lot of restaurants in the area. And so you actually get 10%, whenever you join their eaters membership thing, you get 10% at those restaurants, so 10% off your food. So I went ahead and did that because it's not expensive. It helps support them. It also gives you access to their expos, which they have twice a year. One coming up in March. I'll probably talk about that in more as it gets closer. Because at that, another one, at that expo, you end up, you could actually talk to the farmers. So you could be face-to-face with them, talk about just buying those products from them. So I'm looking at doing that. I want to get in touch with them before then, just to see what kind of products I can get. I'm also going to start hitting the local farmers market and Leopold's, which is in the south end of St. Joe, to see what they have in the winter. It might just end up that I have to buy some stuff from Whole Foods down in Kansas City, close to where I work, or Hy-Vee's, or whatever I have to do for the winter. It just might have to be that way. Because you're in the Midwest, it's the winter. I know there's winter vegetables, but it may not be everything that is the best tasting or that I want for the juicing. So a lot of stuff figured out with Reboot, a lot of stuff figured out with a lot of stuff figured out with the produce. So talking with the physician's assistant, kind of went down the plan. She's not hip on juicing. Got it. She understands that I'm not doing it for the weight loss. She understands that I'm doing it more as a challenge, more as a spiritual journey kind of thing. She said, yeah, actually the plan didn't look that bad. She thought for 15 days it shouldn't be that harmful. She also thought, but I need to have, she also said that I need to have a physical and a full blood work done up before I do this kind of a thing, which I completely agreed to. Here's the catch. When the little girl that came in to get all of everything set up, when she came back with the dates, what's my date? May. Yeah, they can't get me in for blood work or a physical before May. Not going to work. So I've got to find another doctor or another person that can get this stuff done faster. So I already know a couple doctors that I go to church with. Going to put my feelers out, see what they say. See if there's someone, and I'm even going to call back to the doctor's office and find out, can they get me in sooner? How soon can they get me in? Because really, blood work, 4 months for blood work? What about someone who has a serious problem? So, I don't know if they're just holding me off, or they're putting me off because I don't have a serious problem. But, that just seems a little ridiculous. 4 months. Another one. I know, I missed a couple in my paragraphs there, but, what can I do? So, spiritual side of the week. Been an interesting week. There was another, folks, I may just say a lot. We might have to get used to it. I'm not sure I'll ever get, well, yeah, I'm used to it, obviously I'm used to it. I keep doing it. Anyways, That's my mother's way of saying go to hell, by the way. Anyways, spiritually this week, it's been an interesting week. God has tapped me in ways that I never expected. And so what I'm going to say on the spiritual side of things, just because I don't want to get into it, because it's a little sensitive. When you see those people in your life that you're wondering, they don't quite look like they're as happy, or it looks like something might be going on in their life. Don't be afraid to walk up and say, "Hey, I just wanted to check on you. Are you doing okay?" Don't be afraid, and don't just push it off. If you feel like, something might be wrong with that person, if you just have that twinge in the back of your mind, it might actually be God telling you, "Hey, go talk to them. See if they need you." I actually found that this week I could be there for someone that I never would have expected to be there for. And I was glad I could do that. And it actually helped me. And probably did, but built a stronger friendship with someone I would have never expected to build a stronger friendship with. So for me, this week's been a little profound, a little thought-provoking on answering those little whispers that you hear. Not the ones that tell you to do bad things, but the ones that tell you to worry about people. For me, it's not the easiest thing in the world to be a nice guy. I think for the most part I am a nice guy, but I tend to be a sarcastic butthead too. Part of the way I grew up. It was the style of the family, and that's the way you survived. But just try and think about that. Think about those people that you see every day. Don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I notice you don't look as happy. Is there's something I can do? Do you need someone to talk to?" Or just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Don't be afraid to be there for those people. So, well, I think that's it for this week. Hey, it's Sunday. Get your butt to Mass. Get your butt to church. Or at least go sit down and pray and be with God for a little while. I'll talk to you guys later.